All right. Annie, you have a hair tie?
Yes. Close and close.
It's Labor Day. Labor Day weekend. Annie's going to come in and say hi while we wait a couple minutes. I have my phone plugged in, so I'm hoping that that will stop the
Oh yeah,
black.
the black like
But I
blink.
don't know. Maybe it has to do with the Wi-Fi, I'm thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
He said
But
hi.
right? Oh, which side?
This side.
Hi. It could also be notifications. You said
Yeah, that when I receive a
that could also be
notification.
it. So we'll troubleshoot it.
We're going to play with the Parish Journal today. Let me just finish braiding my hair and then I'll put some lotion on. Do. Oh, I should have went and grabbed my stamps from down in the box. That's okay. So let's see. I pulled some stuff out of this sticker book. This antiquarian antiquic antiq antiquarian, I think is how it's pronounced. This sticker book, and it's got a lot of weird stickers in it. I've been kind of like going through it, looking for like Paris themed stuff. Love these full page stickers. I might use some of those. Lots of different stuff, right? Birds, I need to come in and cut some out. Bugs, some butterflies, animals, stuff like that. Some of these could definitely be used for like Paris. Um, some of them look very Paris themed. Love the little orange tree with the little chickens. Let's see, what else do we have? But I've already pulled out a couple of, because in the back it's got a bunch of letters, right? So it's got from A to Z, there's like letters. So I cut some out that spell out the word Paris. And so I'm going to do a page using some like regular note cards, like C stuff. But yeah, anyway, this cool antiquarian sticker book and very cool book. It's got a bunch of weird stickers in it though. But I pulled out these. I pulled out letters that spell out the word Paris. So we have a P and an A and an R and an I and an S. And so I'm going to fussy cut those out. And I have these regular white, it's just like white cardstock cut into like greeting cards and folded. They're not like labeled or anything. I don't know. They came in, I think, one of those grab bags that have uh, the grab bags that like at the thrift store that have a bunch of envelopes and like no cards and stuff in them. So we're going to work in the Paris Journal. Here it is so far, looking good. I'm going to make something kind of like this, but I'm going to use multiple of them and put a different letter on each one. We have our tag, belly band thing. This page we did the other day, and then our envelope stack we did the other day, and I've got to do these two pages, and then we have these pages. So this signature is almost done. We've got three, so like 1, 2, 3, right? And then 1, 2, 3. And so I'll probably do one more cardstock folded in half. So we'll have four, so 8 decorated pages, and then I'll put some regular coffee dyed paper in between. So I'm going to pull this one out because this is the one we're going to work on. And this can go on to the side. So I'm working on this black paper, which is fun. It's all dramatic and stuff. I thought that would be fun. And I'm going to use, I have all these scraps that I cut off from that Paris paper I've been using. That one is very cool. So this one I definitely want to use. I'm going to put this one down here. Oh, we got a black little, I don't know what's up with that. I think it has to do with the Wi-Fi. I might fill up my glue bottle at some point. I keep saying I'm going to do that, and then I don't. All right. I'm using art glitter glue and these scraps, and I'm just going to glue these down. So I think I'll glue this one over here because it's kind of matches. It doesn't match completely, but it kind of matches, which is fun. I'm going to fold this there and cut that off along my fold line. And then and I'm not inking them. I'm just, because we've got a black background, I feel like it's, and these pages are very kind of colorful. They're very saturated, so it doesn't really show anyway. It does a little bit, but sometimes it's nice to just have a clean cut without ink. So we have that one. We could use some text. This one is like text. Let's cut this. It's not very even. Let me try to even that out. Okay, there we go. And we'll glue this one here. That'll be kind of our background page. Easy peasy, nothing fancy. All right. Text. Looks great right there, I think. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Tanya. So yes, I thought I would just go live a little bit earlier than I normally do. It is the weekend. Try and, you know, take advantage of the light. So we're a little uneven at the top, but that's okay. That can always be covered with lace or something, right? You can always cover it with embellishments. Lace, pearls, anything, really. Alrighty. Okay, so we have these. I'm going to use, let's see, let's count how many. So we have P, spell out the word Paris, P-A-R-I. So we only need 2 S on this one. And then we can, I don't know, do something in here. Maybe we'll do some pockets and some journaling and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to use washi tape. I'm going to ink these first, though. I will use the Vintage Oxide, the Vintage Photo Oxide. And I'm just going to go around each one like that. I think I found my washi tape, my big bucket of washi tape. What did I do with it? Did I bring it up? Maybe I didn't bring it up yet. It might still be in that box. The box I have yet to unpack. Okay, and then we have like the fancy ephemera that Mimi sent me, right? We'll use some of that to decorate some of these pages. And that'll be great. To go with the letters. So this was kind of an idea I thought of today, because I was like, I want to spell out the word Paris using these stickers. Dude, autocorrect always gets me too. I'm like, whatever, you know, you know what I meant, right? Like, Easy is a word. Why are you autocorrecting me? Some words it like wants to autocorrect. Actually, I turned autocorrect off of mine, be off my phone because it was driving me nuts. It like would not spell out words like I would go to call my husband handsome or something and it would autocorrect it to something horrible, you know? Like the word horrible. I'm like, you know, handsome is a word. Okay. And so I was like, so now all my stuff is like misspelled, right? It'll like, I'll like be typing and it'll put two I's instead of an I and an L because I'm just typing, you know? I'm like, whatever. Well, that's better than auto-correcting to, when I call my husband handsome, it's not, you're horrible. But it also makes for funny, you know, because it's like, obviously it's autocorrect. I didn't mean it that way. I meant handsome. Okay, there's one inked, and we gotta ink another one. So yeah, these little makeup brushes or whatever work great for inking. I need to use them more often with stencils instead of my dauber, because I'll be like, well, there's already ink on my dauber. But it tears up my dauber, the stencils, and it tears up the stencil too, because the brushes are like softer, you know. They have a softer touch. All right. Inking, always the most tedious part of crafting, huh? But always worth it. Well, I don't know. I think fussy cutting is more tedious than inking. I will say that. I think fussy cutting is more tedious. Oh, I have some pretty die. I've got a cool door die. I might use that too, maybe on the next page. My sister got me from Michael's. She worked at Michael's. That was the one wonderful thing about Annie working at Michael's, is that she'd get things on sale, you know, she'd watch it and she'd wait for it to go on like clearance or for on sale and then she'd get it. And so she'd always bring me home cool stuff she knew I'd like. Or if she didn't know, she'd message me. She'd be like, do you want this? All right. Ooh, my arm. My arm is feeling it. It is a workout. Round and round and round. But this is the last one. Whew. Round and round it went. Ooh, my arm is tired now. Goodness, that is a good workout, huh? Just using the brush over and over again. Okay, so we have these. I'm going to use, perhaps the blue. The blue is pretty. I like this one. This is a very kind of neutral washi tape. So I'm going to put them together like this. And I'm going to glue down the edge. And I'm going to put it on half of the, and then I'm going to fold it over and put the other half on this side. I had a feeling I wasn't quite even on it, but that's okay. That is okay. All right. Cut off our little ends. So now we have connected our two cards, right? So it should open like this. Da-dum. Da-dum. And you know what? I might put another piece of washi in the middle is what I'm going to do. This washi tape, I'm pretty sure I got from your Creative Studios box. This like vintagey one with, I don't know, looks like it has, what do you call it, like ledger kind of. There we go. I always glue my washi tape down because otherwise it won't stick. Washi tape, by its very nature, is meant to be temporary. Which is actually great sometimes. Sometimes you want it temporary. Okay. So we have two pieces of washi tape so far. One on this side, one on this side. It has glued essentially or connected our greeting cards. So now we have a little 4-page thing like that. Okay. Now to attach it to the page. So I'm gonna make a, let's see, we'll use a scrap. This one will work great. I'm gonna measure it shorter than the length. Just gonna cut that there. Ta-da. I love my favorite thing that Annie got. One of my favorite, oh no, that ripped. I'm gonna have to cut another one. I was too rough on it. One of my favoriteest things that Annie brought home from Michael's one time was this awesome bronze reindeer for Christmas. Oh, that thing. And I walked in and it was like sitting on the table near Christmas and I was like, oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. And she was like, I've been watching that for 2 or 3 months waiting for it to go on sale because I guess it was like expensive. Okay, I'm gonna fold it in half. Press it down like that. It should fit, yes, perfectly. So I'm gonna angle it. I'm just gonna cut little angles. Ba-bum. And then I'm gonna put it on, which side do we, it really doesn't matter. Well, there, it's both crooked. We'll do it from this side so we can cover our crooked washi tape with something. I'm gonna glue the fold to the fold like that. So I'm gonna glue it onto the back of our card. So we essentially have a little flippy, so it'll flip. And then we can attach it to the journal. So I'm going to glue the fold to the fold. Like that. Kind of got to press it because, you know, it's washi tape and it doesn't like to take glue very well. But it'll take art glitter. You just kind of got to wait for it to dry a little bit. All right, and then we'll glue this side of the flap to the journal. And then it will attach. It will essentially be attached to the journal. Let's see. We have here our journal. We'll glue it here, kind of in the middle. And then we'll have the pretty paper. You'll be able to see it when you open it to the last page. that green. Like that, essentially. Press it down with our bone folder. See, we have our pretty green little part that attaches to the journal. And now, and so here we go. We've got this cute little thing that flips open very easy and should lay pretty flat in the journal. Now I want to cover up our crooked washi tape. We could put another washi tape. I could try to put another piece of lace. I'm always going for the lace. Oh, I have my thin pink. That will look pretty. Let's do that. We'll put the pretty pink lace. I'll use my Fabri-Tac. Fabri-Tac also sticks well to washi. You just gotta let it dry, you know. This washi has that kind of waxy. Let's see, which side is the front side? This side? That side? There, now that totally covers up the fact that our little washi tape is crooked. And it looks good. I like it. Very pretty. Hi, Raquel. Okay, so now we have our, so we could put a P on this one. We could do A, R, I, and then we would be missing, we could put an S on this one. Then we'd have a letter on each. I think that's what we'll do. I think I will cut this one. We'll just cut one of these. I'll just cut it along the fold, or right next to it. Kind of use it as a guide so that we cut it kind of straight. And we'll ink it because the rest of it's inked, so this one should be inked. Ooh, awesome. Thank you. Yes, I will do that. I will have Matt do that. I will tell him. And he can take the coupon and get me some more of that black ink because my black archival ink has completely dried up. It's just a dried up, does nothing now. And my black archival. Just kind of blend that nicely. Okay, there we go. We are inked. Uh-oh. We are inked and good to go. I bet that got ink on it. Oh, a little bit. Not bad. Okay, we'll glue this one here. I hate that because we get rid of our guy. Our cool guy. But what can you do? I had tried so hard to keep that. Keep that part of the image, but you know. That was, I saw a funny post by someone on one of the crafting groups. Can't remember which one, but she was like, explain to me the logic of, right, us crafters. We will agonize over what paper to use, right? What paper we're going to use. And we agonize over it. And then we pick one. We finally pick one. And then we proceed to just cover the whole thing with stuff. And I was like, yeah, it makes no sense. But it is what we do. I don't know. All right, so cool. We have our letters that spell out Paris. I got my fussy cut scissors here. And I'm going to cut, these are stickers. I'm going to cut them out because the fussy cut them because the border is ridiculous. Just ridiculous. And I'm not going to be like perfect about it because that's also ridiculous, but we can get rid of most of that border and then ink it and it will be fine. And that's how I deal with the borders from these stickers that have a giant border. Is I just treat it like a fussy cut. I love this P. Oh, they've got a basket too. Down here. There's like two guys pointing off in the distance next to the tree trunk. And they have a basket. Neither. Ta-da, that'll look great. Let me ink it. I'll ink it with some, I'll ink the edge, and then I'll go in with the brush, I think, and get that middle part a little bit. So it's a little less pink, more matches the paper. Because it's on this pink paper. A P. Okay, so let's see. What do we want for ephemera? Let's look. What do we have? I put a lot of the Paris ones down here. I love her with the hair. Reminds me of Annie. Annie has very long hair. Very long hair. I love when she leaves it down and we go out, all the little girls are like, oh, look at her hair! Like she looks like a princess or something. We have this one. We put two ladies. We could have the two ladies and then these guys can be like pointing at the lady. They can be like, look off in the distance, for it is une belle, and she holds a secret. We could put that there. We could put it like that. Might use a different one there. We have this one. This says Rue la Boette. Actually, that would be great because this one can then go over on top of this one. Paris, and we could put this one here. What do we think? Yes? For Paris? We have this vellum. Might put.
Stella says hi. Jen says hi.
Hi, Jen. Hi, Isella. Am I saying that right? Isella? Let's see, or is the Y silent? Oh, we have a little tiny bit of this. Ooh, we have a little bit of this. This like doily. We'll put that underneath. That'll be lovely. We'll just ink it up a little bit. So it's not so brand new white, right? It looks more vintagey, the same color that we're going for. All right, so we want this one inked. I'll put this one here. Let me see, where do we want this doily? I think a little bit under here, so like that. And then the P will cover that edge. Yes, perfect. P for perfect. What time is it here, Annie? I don't... Wasn't it like almost 5 when I got on or something? Or is it closer to like 4? I don't know. Again, I forgot to change the time on my laptop here, so I can't... My laptop shows it's 1:44, which is way off. That is not the time. It's 4:25? Awesome. Okay. Now we can glue this piece on. As Sharon said yesterday, it was definitely warmer today. So it's nice. It was so cold last night. I ran the little heater. I was freezing. I wore my robe. It was cold. And then today it warmed up. So we still have a couple of warm days left. So that's good. I mean, it wasn't hot. It was just kind of warm. But it was lovely. Ooh, I saw a beautiful deer. It was funny. They didn't know I was, because I was watching through the window. She didn't know I was watching her, but as soon as I got my phone out and recorded her a little bit, she knew immediately. She was like, someone's watching me. But they say some animals can like detect the infrared in the camera. So I guess frogs can for sure. So if you go to look like video record a frog and you zoom in, sometimes they'll like jump out at you because they could can detect the infrared. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. I did not know that. Okay, so we've got, yes, and they're pointing up at the lady. Like, look at this lady. The lady with the long hair. And P for Paris. Okay, so we have our first letter down. Awesome. And then we'll flip over to this side and we'll put the, let's see, P-A. So A next. Put the A here. P-A-R-I-S. Paris. So yay, happy Labor Day weekend to everybody. I hope you all get the day off. I know my husband doesn't get a day off, which I find sacrilege. I'm like, what? It really is a horrible job, isn't it, when they don't even give you Labor Day off? How horrible is that? Anyway. Ooh, let's use this. Let's use this piece. We can use this piece. So I'm hoping he gets a work from home job soon. Because it's been horrible. Him not being home. I just cannot stand it. I got spoiled. I got used to him working from home. And he hasn't worked at home for, I think, over a year now. And I'm just over it. I'm like, want him to be home. Where'd my pencil go? Oh, well, I have another pencil up here. Okay. I could have just used the fold method. I bet it rolled off the table because my table is uneven. It is on a little bit of a slant. Okay, we'll glue this one on here, and this one can go on here. What else can we put on there? Let's look. A. We have this one. Oh no, that got kind of glued somehow. We have this one. Ooh, it has a hole in it. We can put like a thread in there. We could put the A down here. We could put this one up here. How about like that? That looks good. Let's just do that. That's fine. Put this cool lamppost. Where are you at right now, Jania? I think I saw someone mention, are you in Dublin? Which was so cool that you get to kind of travel all over the place. I loved the pictures from like London you took the other day. Let's see. Let's use this one from the Dollar Tree, some twine. We will just double it up and stick it through the hole. And we'll put it up like that, and we can trim it down. It can stick up a little bit, but it doesn't need to be that. All right, this one's gonna go here. So we'll glue it here. I really do need to fill up my glue bottle. I should have used Fabri-Tac for this because of that twine, but it doesn't matter. Right here, a little baggage tag. A baggage strap tag. And we'll put the A here for Paris. Take the sticker off and glue the sticker down. I had someone comment like, oh, thank you for gluing down stickers. So many people don't. I was like, you know, I learned. Gotta glue everything down if you want it to last, or it just won't last. All right, so there we go. Our A, so we have a P and an A. And then here I'm going to leave for journaling. So let's see. The next one is R. So let's see. Let's fussy cut the R. I get all quiet when I cut. I still do that. I've always done that. I get kind of quiet when I cut. It's nice and quiet up here in the craft room, which I really enjoy. One thing I really don't miss about living in Colorado was the constant traffic. Oh, it would drive me nuts sometimes. It would be 3 o'clock in the morning and you could hear it. It would just be traffic, traffic, traffic. Like, put me in tears. I would just be like, please stop. It's never stopped. Here we get sometimes, right? You'll get a car drive by or something, but it is not constant. Vintage up the blue part of the R, because I'm not even about to try to go in and cut that out. Okay, so we have a R. P-A-R. What are we going to put on this one? Let's see, I might put a Timmy person on this one. I like this lady. She's awesome. Very beautiful lady. We have this piece, Lion Noir. I want to keep the lion if we put him on there. I don't know. This piece. What do we have? We have a flower. I'll just pull out a couple things. Here's a ticket. Mushrooms. She sent me all kinds of stuff to put in there. Well, she said I did not have to be using the ephemera she sent. And I was like, oh, but it's so perfect. Oh, look at this. This is very kind of matches our lady. Huh? We got a corset. Let's cut it to keep this lady, because then it's kind of weird having two ladies. And then we can use that one on a different piece. Okay, let's see. We have this one. We have this one. Let's cut a little bit off the top so we don't cover our corset. I'll put her on that side and this one on this side. Like that. Could put the ticket. Where do we put the ticket? I might cut the ticket down. Just kind of doop doop. Just be very, cut it wiggly. Perhaps like this. Perhaps I will do it this way. Put the ticket on this side. I don't want to like cut her off. Okay, let's do the same thing here. We'll just cut this part off. Kind of make that less wide. Now that should go there and not really cover her bosom. That's good. We'll put this one over on this side, and then we can put the R here. P-A-R. So we have the P and the A and the R, and just two more, I and an S. Okay, so that one goes on top. Shall I ink it? I suppose. I suppose I will. Just ink everything. Okay. So she goes all the way on this side. Oh yes, yeah, the mail is slower here. I think we only get mail delivered 2 or 3 times a week, as far as I've seen. Because we also, a wonderful thing is we get less mail. So we don't get a ton of like all the junk mail, you know, that we used to always get when we lived in Colorado. We got so much mail. We get everyone else's mail. We got like the past 3 people who lived in our house's mail. We got all the ads, which we don't get. We used to get the value pack, you know, with all the coupons and everything. We don't get any of that. I mean, I'm sure you can sign up for it if you don't get it. Like, hey, send me junk mail. But yeah, we get the Addison Post, which is cool. So there's like a weekly little paper that comes out of this little town over near us. So at least they have a little post. I mean, I don't know. It's usually just holds like a couple of obituaries, things. I think the like school paper also comes through the same. We could put this down. This flower. Might put it up here instead. I need to look up and see what glue I can use with vellum that won't wrinkle vellum. I've tried both. Fabri-Tac the worst. The Art Glitter glue will definitely wrinkle vellum. I don't know. I've tried glue stick. different kinds of glue stick, it wrinkles vellum. I don't know if any glue will work on vellum and not wrinkle it. So I kind of use like double-sided tape with vellum because it works and doesn't wrinkle it. Let's cut the border off of this. And we'll put it on there. I'll just use a little bit of double-sided tape. And we'll put it on there. This page could use a little bit of color. I mean, I suppose we have a little bit of red, but the flower will match that. Right? Oh, it even kind of looks like a heart. It's beautiful. Matches the lady, too. So let's see, just a little bit. I don't want to use those scissors to do that. I think I'll just use like 2 little tiny pieces. And I'll put one here. And I'll put one right next to it. Okay, come up for me. There we go. And then we'll put the flower on there. I suppose it could have done with 3 pieces, but that's okay. Yay! So we have our P, A, R. We'll do I here. I get very quiet when I cut. I think it's a focus thing. Well, the eye so far has been the easiest one to cut, right? Because it's just an eye. We have this one. This like ring. I love the golden music paper. Let's do that. Let's do this piece of vellum postcard with a little bit of gold. Use this piece. This one here. Let's see. Tuck it under like that. Put the eye on top. Put the vellum on top of that one. And we could do with something here. We have this guy. He got in there. This one's cool. This is like see-through. I like that. This one too is see-through. Okay, let's do that. Ooh, how am I going to put the see-through ones? Probably Fabri-Tac. I wonder if it will wrinkle it. This is just... These I do not know. These are just like plastic dies. All right, so that'll be the plan. We'll put this one first. Should I ink it? Yes. Yes, yes, ink 'em, ink 'em. Okay, that's fine. Did I ink the eye? I don't think I did ink the eye. All right, let's glue this one down first. And glue it kind of up a little bit. Might look at what bees I have. Little bees. Put one down here in this corner, maybe a couple on the music paper. So we're going to put the vellum on with double-sided. I'm sure you'll be able to see through it, but it's better than having it be wrinkly. That piece, might just layer them like this, just put a hole. A whole bunch of them. This double-sided I got from the Dollar Tree, and it works actually really well. Yeah. Is it Crafter's Corner is the Dollar Tree brand, is what they call it. Okay, one more piece. There we go. Now it might not show up so much since we have it all the way down. I could try to use my little tweezers to get this plastic part up. Although I don't really think it matters. It's always a pain either way. I don't know where my X-Acto knife went. It's missing. It's probably in that craft box. All right. There went one. Sometimes it just needs to be pressed down more. I noticed if it's pressed down enough, it should come up pretty easy. Theoretically. I say that and then it doesn't. Come on, come up. Thank you. There we go. All right. This piece, we're just gonna stick down like that. Press it really good. Yeah, it's the only thing that doesn't wrinkle my vellum. Put this guy back over here. Oh, look at the little paper clip I found for our envelopes. It's like a camera. It's so cute. It's a camera one. I found it in my stash. So I'm thinking a little bit of Fabri-Tac for this one. I don't know. It's risky. Just because I don't want it to wrinkle. But it's not vellum. It's just like clear plastic. So it should be okay. You might be able to see it a little bit. But if we press it good... Ooh, it's all squeegeing out. Oh, you can't see it at all. Perfect! Okay, let's put this one up here. This is like another little plastic, like acetate die cut. A little bit of Fabri-Tac. We'll see how that one does. Hopefully it doesn't wrinkle it, like break down the acetate. The eye can go here, or it can go down there. Let's put it up here. Let's see what I have. I should have a couple of bees. Oh, of all the things that are the most tedious to cut out, it's bees. So sometimes they don't have very many cut out. There's that one. The rest are like beetles and stuff. So bees and birds are things I need to fussy cut. Put a little tiny bit of glue on this guy. He can go right down there. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, gotta put a little bee. What am I doing? I forgot to take the sticker part off. This is a sticker. It is not a, I mean, it's a fussy cut. It's a fussy cut sticker. Okay. Now we put a little bit of glue.
Jen's asked, what have you purchased? Because at the time everyone was purchasing it, but now you're like, why did I buy that?
Probably a few things. There were a lot of 12 by 12s that I purchased that I was like, why did I purchase this? And I have never used. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Hi, baby girl. Geez, I don't know. That's a hard question. Ooh, that's perfect. Let's put that there. I'm sure there are a few things. I'm not thinking of any right now. Things that I purchased because everyone else was like buying it, and then I got it, and I was like, oh, I do not like this. I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's a hard question. I know there's answers to it. Because I know I've done that. Like, I know I've done that a couple of times. I just can't think of any right off the top of my head. Put this pretty flower on there. Let's see. So we have a S. The S is our current. We could put the S this way. It can be coming out of this envelope. It can look like it's coming out of the envelope. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think this one. Geez, that question is going to drive me nuts because I know it'll come to me when I'm not on live anymore, and then I'll be like, oh, that's the answer. Okay, let's glue this one here. I think I'm going to use my Decollage scissors. Yeah, I know for a fact I've done that. Just can't think of any off the top of my head. This will go on top or on bottom. Up here. This one here. And we'll put the S coming up out of the envelope. It's like, surprise! Use my fussy cut scissors. Okay, I spent, and it was pretty cheap. Here's one of them. I bought a gesso. And I think Janya can attest to this too. I bought a gesso, but it was a cheap gesso. And man, that thing lasted forever, and I felt like I had to use it because it was like a whole thing of gesso, but it was horrible gesso. It was just not good quality. And so there's that. I was like, man, I shouldn't have spent the money. I mean, it was kind of cheap, but still. I did the same thing with a clear gesso. I had bought a really cheap clear gesso. And I'll just say with gesso, unlike a lot of things, like watercolor, you can just use cheap watercolor, right? It's the paper that matters with watercolor, less so the watercolors themselves. Um, if you have a good paper, you can use any cheap watercolor and it'll work great. Um, but gesso for sure. I bought both the clear and the just like the regular white gesso, and I went cheap, and I was like, why did I do that? And then I felt like I had to use it forever. That's cute. The S can come up out of the envelope. Let's ink this. But I mean, that's not really, like, I still used it, and I had reason to use it. I was just like, why did I buy the cheap one? The like more expensive one wasn't that much more expensive. I could have just spent the money. Um, a lot of little golden books. I bought a lot of little golden books, and I don't ever use them, right? I think I've used one little golden book, but I haven't really used any of the others that I bought. And everyone was kind of using little golden books and buying little golden books, and so I bought a few. I like kind of have a little collection of little golden books. I don't really use them. I'm kind of like, why did I get these? I don't use them. Some fabrics where I questioned I was like, why? Oh, I should have glued this down last. I think we have time to glue this down really quick underneath it. Just be very quick, 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 quick. Race the glue. Oh yes, we have plenty of time. That's beautiful. Lovely. We'll put this one here. Some Christmas stuff, right? So during Christmas, I'll see a lot of crafters, like there'll be something that will be kind of in during that Christmas or something. I will have bought a whole like paper or ephemera or whatever, and I'm like, why did I don't even like this like style or okay, we'll put the envelope. And now to ink our S. Just a little bit around the edges. I really like this S. They have like a bunch of different kinds. It was fun kind of picking. Make sure it's going the right direction. Okay, come on. Sticker. The sticker of the S. Come on, come on, come on. There it goes. Now don't rip. These stickers are actually pretty strong. I have not had them really rip on me too much. Stickers is a good one. I've bought a couple stickers. Like, I'm like, ooh, I like these, and then I don't like them. Like the 3D stickers, a lot of the 3D stickers, I'm like, why did I buy these? I do not like them. So I'm not sure about this. I might cover it, now that I'm looking at it, with some washi tape. We're going to cover it with washi tape. With this brown washi tape. There we go. And we're done. We're done with this. That took a while, but I think it was worth it, right? We have a P and an A and R. I love the R page. The I and the S. Paris. All the letters. So great, great, awesome, awesome, awesome. All the letters. We could put a couple of little pearls or something on there just to make it fancy, like up here in the corner. Oh, and something along the top, right? Like we have this. We could put a lace along the top and the bottom, match the one on the little book, little greeting card book thing. Put one along the top, and we'll put one along the bottom. It's way too much glue. Oh, it's really coming out of there. Let's put the top back on it. Oh, now it's just wanting to come out of there. Oh, I hate that. I have noticed how to fix that, though, is you open the main cap just a little bit and let some air in there, and then close it back up, and the glue will go back down out of the nozzle. It has to do with pressure, and I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's temperature, but that's just a theory. There, very pretty. P for pretty. And we'll put some of these on there. I suppose I could use my tweezers. Let's just use the tweezers. Okay. Because it's easier that way. Shall we put a couple on the lace? I think so. We'll put 3. 3 is a good number for pearls. Alright, so these also have like a little sticky back to them, but they really don't stick. And there it went, flying across the room. It wanted to be free, and free it shall be. I have my Holly girl sleeping up here. She's taking a little nap. Looking so cute. I was just thinking, I wonder if that hit my Holly girl, but it didn't. She's like, what is that you're throwing at me? Which has happened before, you know, things fly out of my hands. Willy-nilly. Yay, 3 little pearls. I have a hankering to put 3 on that bottom side, but I won't. We're gonna be done with it. I'm gonna let it sit for just a second. In the meantime, while I let my pearls and stuff dry, for the next page, I have this fabric. This pretty fabric, I think, is pretty. So I'm going to do a fabric page. Just going to glue it onto the page, and then I'm going to do a fabric pocket, which I forgot to get fabric for the pocket. Let's see. Let's grab and look at the fabric that I have. I've got this little box that I keep smaller fabric in. Might even have like a Paris themed one if we're lucky. And butterflies. Oh, yawning. The yawns have come upon me. Some corduroy. I have this little piece of, let's see, what is this? Ooh, we have this like little quilted piece I made. Ooh, I might use that. We'll leave that out. That'd make a great pocket. What is under here? Butterflies. More butterflies. This blue. What about this one? This one is also great and has like some French written on it. I know I have like an Eiffel Towery Paris fabric, but I don't know where it is. Ooh, look at this fabric. I think Michelle sent me some of this. I think Michelle Fenske sent me this like fabric. She had like an offcut of it. Isn't it gorgeous? I know Jen, a long time ago, sent me some like, they were kind of like fat quarters of Timmy fabric, and I still have some of it. Well, here's, I think, a smaller bit of that, yeah. Which I think I'll cut into instead of this one, which is like a bigger piece. Keep the bigger piece. That's fine. Although I do like this one too. That would also make for a great pocket in like a vintagey Paris journal. But I think I'm going to use this like Paris-y fabric. We'll look at it on this compared to like my quilted piece. The problem with the quilted piece is it's a little chunkier, first of all. It like, you know, will add stuff to the, and stuff wants to like catch on it. I might glue it to a piece of paper. Oh, I think it would be fine. So I don't know. We have this one or we have this one. I kind of really like the text. Like this piece is cool, but it would also make for a great little like a fabric swatch thingy. I don't know, I can't think of the name. Cluster, a fabric cluster. It came to me. There we go. This looks like Tim Holtz fabric, but it's not Tim Holtz fabric. We found that. Me and Annie found the coolest fabric shop back when we lived in Colorado, which I will miss that. That is one thing I will miss, is that fabric shop. They had the prettiest fabric. Just the most awesome fabric. That I'll put in my little lacy. Okay, so to iron these, I will use my little cute Cricut iron that I absolutely love, that hubby got me for Christmas. So we will use that. I will use my little homemade ironing board. I made out of a Dollar Tree cutting board, a wooden one, and I stapled cotton and quilt batting to it. Let's put some of this stuff away, I suppose. I wait for my iron to heat up. I lost the pin to my glue. I don't like that. I've lost 3 like needly pins in the past week, and I really don't like that. I'm always worried that I'm gonna step on it, or the dogs are gonna step on it. But I think they fell into my trash bag down here. I have this like little paper trash bag I keep right here under my desk. And the problem with my desk being on a tilt is things are rolling off of it all the time. And I think my needles rolled off into the, which is why I haven't found them, because I have looked extensively because of the reason that I'm always worried that someone's gonna step on it. I'm gonna dampen this with my little spray water bottle. I think this little spray water bottle was sent to me by Mimi. She sends me stuff from the Dollar Tree because she goes shopping and at like the Dollar Tree, and she's always getting me stuff. I'm like, you don't have to send me stuff. Don't send me stuff. I have so much stuff. I need to use the stuff I have. Wipe off my table. Using the Timmy rag that now has all the acrylic paint on it that I didn't rinse off or wash, so that'll be done for, ruined completely. Once acrylic paint dries, good luck getting it out of anything. But that's okay. I buy entire little bolts, like a whole yard of like diaper fabric on Amazon for pretty cheap, and they make for the best rags. And then I don't have to worry about it if they get ruined, and I can throw them away because it was just a yard of diaper fabric, right? Yay, perfect. It ironed perfect. That is a trick I learned when me and Annie went to sewing school. We went to like sewing class for a while. And a little bit of mist, a little bit, just kind of dampen your fabric. That will really get the wrinkles out of your fabric. And that'll be a very easy page. I'll turn that off. Set that safely aside. All right, our pearls and everything should be dry, so we should be safe to turn it over and do this last page. I'm gonna glue it straight to the paper, this fabric piece, which is always fun and makes for a great textile texture thing in a journal. Love fabric in a journal. Actually, I love fabric in a journal so much, sometimes I will cut a piece of fabric just into an 8.5 by 11 piece, and then I'll fold it and make it just a whole page. So a trick though, one thing that I don't normally do when I use Fabri-Tac in a journal, especially to glue paper down and stuff, is spread the glue. I don't normally use a glue spreader, but when it's fabric, I do, because otherwise it will kind of bleed through the fabric quite a bit. The only problem with it is you got to be real quick because it'll dry. Dry faster after it's spread out because it's spread thin, you know. Oh, that's so lovely. That feels so lovely. Just, it feels good. It's a lovely feel. So should I, or should I not glue this to a piece of paper? I'm thinking I'll glue it to a piece of cardstock. We have this other half a piece, right, that we took off. And then we'll just trim it down. And let's see, where did my, oh, it's still right there. My glue spreader. A glue spreader. Place this on here. I need to get my sewing machine up and running. I have it here. It's just, I need to mess with it somehow during the move, and I haven't had to do it since I bought it, and I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago. I have like a little cheap little brother sewing machine, which is, oh no, don't do that, glue. Um, which is way better than the Singers, right? I've had cheap Singers. I've had even a little bit more expensive Singers. Please stop volcanoing out of there. Nothing beats that brother. That brother, it was $100 brother sewing machine, and it goes and works. And I've never had to have it serviced. I've had it for maybe even over 5 years. I bought it when me and Annie were doing that sewing class. Put a little bit of hand sanitizer on this so I can wash off this glue off my glue spreader. So it's all ready for the next time I need it. This should be dry enough to trim. But it has, I think during the move, the tension settings have changed. And I need to fix it because I tried to use it and my stitches were wonky, which is never good. I'm trying to cut it without cutting my little fringe. I love a little fringe, right, on the edge of the paper. Just kind of fold it like that. Try and cut it like that. Get behind my fringe. How was that? That's great. We even kept our little fringe. This side could use some fringe. A thing that's great about to get fringe is you just pull out these little, you got to really pinch it like with your nails and get those. But yeah, look, if you can get them, just pull them out. You can get some fringe on the edge of your fabric, which is excellent. I love a fringe. Not on my clothes though. I don't wear fringe. I can't. I do not wear fringe. Cannot wear. Are you gonna stop volcanoing out of there? Yep. Good. Thank you. That was like wavily, but that's okay. There. We have a fabric pocket. Say that 10 times fast. Fabric pocket. Fabric pocket. Right there on our fabric page. I love. Ooh, and I have fabric pieces. I have fabric pieces I've cut out of a fabric thing. Some of them are a little wrinkly, but that's okay. Let's see. What is this? This is American. It says 1 cent. I think most of these are. They're like old American ladies' hats. That's very cool. I like the one with the ducks. I might just put that on there because I like the ducks. Let's see. We have a pink. We've got a butterfly. I kind of like the butterfly. That gives some nice color. A little bright. We have a cow. A cow. Butter sticks. Let's see what else we got. I like the photo. We could use the photo. I mean, that's a little nondescript, right? It's not as... What do we think about the photo? I don't know. It's a little large. These are nice. Oh, look at this one. Let's see. These ones have like American words on them. Little bluebird. But this one doesn't. This is nice. What is this one? Okay, banking. I'm trying to think of the name of this fabric. Miss P used to use this fabric all the time. Was it Kathy Holden or something? I don't know, but I bought some. Because I loved it, and I still have a bunch of it. I bought like 2 or 3 yards of it, and because I didn't know when it was going to be discontinued. And that's the thing I bought that everyone was kind of buying that I didn't regret buying. I absolutely love. So we have this bird carrying like the love letter, which is very Paris, right? Love, the city of love. Let's see. I like the ship, right? That's very much like a traveling. This one too, which is gorgeous. I might use that one. That might be the one right there. I also have this little blue ticket. We could put the little blue ticket on there. We just kind of layer them. Like here. What do we think of that? We have another little, we've got these little blue ones. We could layer 3 of them, right? Why not? Why not? But yeah, it lasts forever because I just cut little snippets out of it. And they're great. This little fabric. Sometimes I stamp in these little labels, which I'm not going to do, but there we go. Yeah, I like the photo too. I might still use it somewhere in the journal. It matches the theme real good. I don't know. And kind of reminds me of Mimi. Like her photo on her like profile is like an old black and white photo, which might actually be her. I don't know. But it reminds me of her. Just cutting off the little borders. Okay. Here we go. A little bit of glue. Like that. Okay, we want to put our ticket underneath it. Let's not forget that. I'm kind of doing that and like flattening out the glue as I do that. So I don't have giant globs that like soak through our fabric. Like that. I might have to put a little bit. And then like this or like this. I think like this. There we go. I thought it was you. I thought that was a picture of you. You is like a little girl. Ta-da! Cute little, I might like vintage photo up this one. It's a little white. Kind of have it match. That makes a big difference. Have it kind of match the rest of it. Now it needs a flower. I can't help myself. It's got to have a flower. Let's see. We have this flower. It's a little too much. Look at these giant ones. These giant poppies. I think will work great in like the Edith Holden journal somewhere, but they're very big. This little daisy. This one. That's too much. That's way too much. Way too much. We have this one. Ooh, here's a Prima flower. I wish we had like a little red one to match this one. Do we have a little red one? Let's look. What is this one? Oh, it's more pink. More pink than red. Ooh, we have this one. I like that one. This little lacy one. This thing, which I don't even think should be in there. Don't see a little red one. There's this one, but I don't know. I don't really like it. I have not found anything I like with it. I used to have smaller ones of these too. I had this one, and like a smaller one. I could put this one. This one's a really big one. And one of these little ones. Put these, they're so cute. Okay, we'll put those on there somewhere. Let's see, where shall we put them? Perhaps like that. Perhaps like that. Up here in this corner. Like that. I think that'll work. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Just put them anywhere. Stop being indecisive about things. All right. We'll put it here. Right? That's good. We'll put this one next to it right here, and I might grab a couple more. They can kind of cascade down the page, all fancy like. This one, a darker, glitterier one, and one more. I'll put one more. Okay, that's ridiculous amount of glue. Put one here, and we'll put one here. And we'll put this one all the way down there. Oh my gosh. This glue bottle is driving me nuts. I just put it in a Bella bottle. I brought up my Bella bottles. Oh, they're behind me, I think. Yay, like that. They kind of cascade down the page like that. Very pretty. And then we can put like a journal card or a tag or something. We could make a fabric-y. Let's make a little fabric-y greeting card using one of these. Using the greeting cards, because that will fit absolutely perfect. And we'll put this photo on here. And so that is what the plan is. Okay, let that dry for a minute. Grab, let's see, I have some of this fabric left. It would match the fabric behind it. I have this one. It's not quite wide enough. Let's use, I like this red one. It's kind of, let's see, how would that look with this as like a background, right? Because this is the background of our page. How would this look? Yes, I like it. This red, I think that's like Paris looking. This way, I think vertical like that. All right. Clip it here. Rip it. And here. And rip it. There we go. Iron this, all the wrinkles out of this. So, does anyone have any plans for Labor Day? Anybody doing anything exciting? Having barbecues or anything? We're not doing anything. Like I said, Matt's working, so. Because his job is horrible. We don't even give him Labor Day off. I mean, geez. They should start a union and in celebration, don't you think? Okay. So yeah, we're not doing anything. And Matt works the weekend too, so nothing planned here. Just crafting. Lots of crafting. I'm hoping to get the Edith Holden journal done. Get these little strings off. While we have our iron hot, let's iron this one. Cut this white part off. I might even cut a little bit off the edges. There we go. And then we will have our photo. Don't know, will it fit on there? Might cut even more edges off. Come all the way to the kids. All right. I might ink it up, that photo, so it more matches the fabric behind it. Oh my gosh, hi! What is up? It's so good to see you. Yay! It's Auntie Teresa. Super exciting. It's great to see you in chat. All right. Let's see how much. I think I'll have to go in with the brush. Have to go in with the brush. Get some of this. Some of this white down, huh? Working with greeting cards today, which I suppose I should do anyway. I gotta ink the rest of it too. I gotta ink the back. I gotta ink the inside. Just gotta ink it all up. Gotta make it all vintagey. How are you, my dear friend? I hope you're doing well. It is so awesome to have you in chat all live. Talk to you live. Now I can say live from New York. Oh, goodness. Yes, Auntie Teresa has been an amazing supporter and follower of my channel for years now, I think. I think since the first year I started. A great friend. All right. But we don't play favorites around here. I love all of you guys. I love you all, and I'm always so happy to have everyone come to the live and be in chat and talk to each other. And it's all about community, huh? That's why I do this, is for the community of it. Like I was saying earlier in like my video that I made today, it's so hard to find anywhere online that isn't just toxic and full of constant just drama and rumors and bickering and blah blah blah. Like, I'm so over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over admins and people, you know, who are like lead these places online. They don't seem to do anything about it, or I don't know if it's because they don't want to like exclude the drama makers, or, you know, don't want to make waves or something. But, you know, I'm just tired of it. I'm I've had it. So I'm like, you know, let's all just be together and have fun together and love each other and lift each other up and be all the, because you can go hate anywhere online. It's really, it's so bad. Online is anywhere, right? Play any game online. Play. Geez, you know, and you would think, like, for example, the Star Trek community, okay? Like Star Trek Next Generation. It's so always preaching about, like, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, not judging people and accepting all the different races and all the different, you know, and to not be hateful and blah, blah, blah. And oh my gosh, the communities online are horrible. The Star Trek communities. I was so shocked. I was like, man, that's really sad. Like, any community, really. I mean, even like pet communities, like every gardening communities, like, geez. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know what's up with that. I never understood it. Never have, and I never will. There. So we have our awesome fabric colored fabric colored and covered. And it feels so lovely. I love the feel of fabric on paper. And now let's put this image on here. Right? Shall we put it up here? Maybe try to find, I would love to try to find something to put down here as like a label or something. Like, 1842 or like something. It would be awesome. But I don't know if we will. You could just put a piece of paper on it. Just like a little. All right. My glue bottle is being so difficult today. Okay, hurry, hurry before it dries. Put it up here. It looks like something out of a yearbook or something, doesn't it? Like I said, I might go in kind of vintage photo it up just a little bit, like sepia it with whatever's left on my brush. Always makes a big difference, even on fabric. It looks great. Okay, so we have our photo, which reminds me of Mimi and her awesome photo that she has as her profile. And let's see, what do we have? We have the word friend. I kind of like that. I mean, it's something. We have this red label. You could just put that down. I don't know. I might put a paper. I put like a coffee dyed paper like label on it. I mean, I have enough coffee dyed scraps to do such. And fabric on paper and then paper on that is lovely. So
Ask, what are you making?
I am making, so I'm working on the Paris Journal I've been making for Mimi. And right now I'm making like just a little greeting card, right? And it opens up and you can just journal in it and it'll go in this fabric pocket we made that has a fabric background and a fabric pocket, and little flowers and stuff I put on there. Might have to glue down the edge of that or it's going to slide right off. But this should go in like this. Ta-da! So we have a little fabric greeting card in a fabric pocket. And yeah, I'm going to have to glue down those edges for sure. Otherwise, it's just going to come right up. And so, yes, a whole little journal spread or journal page using fabric on paper. Ta-da, like that. Okay, let's just glue that on there. It's gonna volcano out of my, look at it, volcano out of my bottle. It's just being so unruly today, this bottle. Put that on there. Again, I'm trying to get the very edges of this so when we put it in the pocket, it doesn't lift up the paper from the, okay, let me open this. Release the pressure. Come out of there. Come out of that glue tip. Are you going to behave, glue? No. It said no. I'm going to do what I want. Which is fair. It's fair. Okay. Also, if I use it a lot, I think shaking it. So I notice like shaking the bottle will make it erupt like that too. I don't know. Again, I don't know why. I don't know the like science behind Fabri-Tac. I was gonna get all into it one time. I was like, I'm gonna do a whole little video about, you know, going down the rabbit hole of fabric glue and the differences in fabric glue and all that stuff. It was gonna but then I just kind of haven't and didn't, but it was a fun idea and little project. The trouble was is I couldn't find a lot of information. It was the thing. You know, it was hard to kind of go down the rabbit hole of fabric glue. Um, I'm not a chemist. I think I would have to do a lot more research on the different uh, like ingredients that are in it, you know? But I think it would be a fun like little documentary on, you know, Fabri-Tac and all the different kinds of fabric glue and why some work and why some don't seem to work at all and um, just the rabbit hole of fabric glue. So there we go. Hopefully the edge down here is glued down enough that when we try to stick it in our pocket, it still wants to come up a little bit. How dare you? Just didn't get this corner good enough. What about this corner? Ah! It's just volcanoing out of there. Stop! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But there's all these things about it. I just know. There's all these things about fabric glue. It's a whole mystery waiting to be unsolved or solved. Unsolved. It's an unsolved mystery waiting to be solved. Waiting to be dug deeper into. Okay. Are you going to go in there for me and not... Okay, we're good. I'm going to let it dry a little bit because it's still a little tacky and I don't want it to stick to the pocket. So we have this full little page done, right? We have this one with our lovely lady looking out the window. And this folds open and reveals an entire journaling space. It's got a little label at the top and it ties with this pretty ribbon. Like that. And then on this side we have our envelope stack held with this really cool camera paper clip. And I backed this one with just an Eiffel Tower page. And I tied it with this twine. And oh, I haven't done anything I haven't put anything in them yet, but that's okay. I will. So we have that envelope and we have this one of the lamppost. Oh geez, I remember that flattening. I had the bottle caps and I was flattening them. I think with a hammer. I was like hammering bottle caps, and you were like, put them through your Sizzix, and that actually worked. That actually worked way better. They came out a lot more flatter, a lot more even. And it was a lot less like, you know, it wasn't like such a big noise maker, you know, flattening with a hammer, just banging bottle caps on the desk. It was fun. uh, so yeah, and then this gets tied, which I totally. This is all uneven now, but that's okay because I'm going to untie it again when I go to put stuff in it. And then we have this page that we just did earlier as well. And there went my craft cam. Let me double check what happened. Oh, I think my phone died. Hold on one second while I plug it in. It's gotta... We gotta wait for it to charge for just a second. And then we'll be back. I don't know. I went to plug it in earlier so that it wouldn't die on us during the stream. And evidently the battery turned off or something because I've got full battery on my battery. I'll show you my battery. It's really cool. I love this thing. Look at this. Ta-ta! My little portable battery. It's got all these little plugs in the top of it. I use it for everything. I can basically portably charge my phone anywhere I go, which I absolutely love. Turn on, phone. I might have to unplug it and then turn it on and plug it back in. It has zero, I mean, it's out of juice. Out of juice. Okay, that's fine. I'll let it charge for a minute. I have to go to the bathroom anyway. So I'm going to take a quick couple-minute break. And so we'll be back in a couple of minutes. And I know it's just a boring dark screen. I suppose I could, like, make this bigger for a minute. Hello! Okay, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick and get a drink of water. I forgot to bring water up. And then my phone should be charged a little bit enough to restart the stream. And y'all can play, you know, what's in the background. No, I'm just kidding. I'll be right back. Yeah, Zoom might be real. back. Hello. All right. I brought some Skittles as a little snack. And some water. Yes, Holly was coming up and down with me. She thought I was getting off. She gets so excited when I get off stream. She's like, oh, come pay attention to me. Oh, with the poppers. All right, are we charged enough? Let's see. %5 should be good enough to turn on. And then with it plugged in, we should be fine. Do. Searching. There we go. Should be good now. Just put it back on the mount. Here we go. Let me make this small again. All right. So, I don't know where it cut off. Oh, I think I was showing this part. This part that we made. Each page has a letter. P-A-R-I-S for Paris. And there's journaling space on the back of each one. So that's fun. And then we just did the fabric page with the fabric greeting card. Lovely. So there's that. And we should be good. All right. So speaking of fabric, okay, I was going to have this be the cover page, but we have this big lace sticking up right out of this journaling card, and it kind of has to be the last page on this signature, or it's, look, it's already started folding over, or it's going to fold over. So I decided to have this one, because these pages look really good next to each other. I've decided to have this one go here, right? Because that looks good. It kind of brings out the black in the tags over on this side. And then it goes like this, and we have this page. And this page looks good with this page anyway, don't you think? I think so. Yes, looks good. Love the frame. So let's do a fabric page and a sandwich paper page. So I love these. I bought a whole bunch. Try to grab, I'm gonna have to grab the whole thing out of there, aren't I? Yes, okay, I bought this like sandwich paper. Look at that, it's like you wrap sandwiches in them. It was very cheap for a whole bunch of them, and I love the paper. I got the not waxed kind, right, because I don't want the waxed kind. I wanted just the regular craft paper, and it's thinner than like a lot of craft paper you get, right? And it just feels lovely. So I think I'm going to grab one of the ones from the middle, because that one has kind of a big crease in it, whereas this one just has that little, this one has like a whole fold in it. because I kind of have to fold it like that to even store it, right? So put that back on the paper thing. And I'm going to cut this down to 8.5 by 11 and just use it as it is. I might stamp on it. We could stamp on it and make it fancy. Let's do that. Because it does take stamps pretty good. So I'm going to cut it down to an 8.5 by 11 and then just pick a stamp and put a stamp on it. Fold it in half and we'll put a stamp on it and use it just as a page by itself because it makes for a gorgeous page. Okay, so let's see. Eight and a half. There we go. Ooh, Annie, I saw that you took out some chicken. Are you going to make dinner tonight? If so, what are you making? Or did you just take out chicken because you were like, I want you to make this for dinner? But, oh no, I know you said you were going to make dinner. You were going to make dinner sometimes for me. What are you going to make? What are you going to make? I'm so very curious. So you have an 8.5 by 11. Fold it in half. Like that, and that should be, and that should flatten out in our journal after a while, right? We won't have that little, the bloop part. Just gonna make chicken sides and a veggie. Okay, so like a baked, you're just gonna like season it and bake it or something. That sounds really good. I could iron it on a very low setting. We'll iron it on a very low setting and get it flat. And I'll stamp it using, let's see, what's in this one? I haven't even opened this one yet. Can you believe that? I bought this. This is a TaylorMade journal stamp, and I bought this like a year ago. Ooh, there's 2. There's 3! Look, that one. This one has French on it. It's got like a peacock. And this one is Buckingham Palace. So let's use the French one. We'll use the French one. And again, I like to save the, ooh, you could make stuffing. Matt bought a thing of stovetop stuffing. That sounds amazing. I bought these wax seals. We'll put that in there with the other wax seals that I've been saving. Just open this up. So yes, TaylorMade journals. That is who made this stamp. And for about a year, I was very diligent in purchasing every one of them. And until I kind of didn't have the money anymore. So what can you do? Let's put it on this page. Just take this part off. Let's put it up here in the corner. I would use the stamping block, except for the fact that the page is too big for it. So we'll use this, just this stamping block instead of the stamping platform, because I've got a little stamping platform, but I'll use this instead. And should we try the archival ink? I might do a, okay, first of all, let's iron my paper. My iron beeped. We'll iron this flat. And with paper, you don't wet it, right? Just put your iron on it for a second. And again, this is not a waxed one. This is just regular craft. You got a little bit of a curl. That's okay. We can iron it this way. That should take out our little... Perfect. All right. So our paper is mostly flat. I'm going to open it so we don't get bleed through. I don't think it will, but just to be safe. Ooh, now we're all staticky. All right, and I will try, I think I'll do a stamp off on this one, just to be safe. Test it on this card. Oh, come on. Tap, tap, yeah. I'm running out of ink off of this one too. Yep, gotta get new archival inks for sure. I don't know. I don't think there's quite enough ink in that. Let's see, what do we got? What do we got? I got this copper clay Stampin' Up one that I bought. It's a little coppery, but I think it will suit our purposes fine. If I get a little bit of archival on it, I really don't care. There we go. That inked it up nice, huh? Stamp, stamp, stamp. Tap, tap, tap. Let's get that nice and wet. Okay, let's stamp one off on this card and see how it looks before we go on to our sandwich paper. Give it a little press. Up. Oh, that came out pretty good. Came out pretty good. We were missing a little bit of the top of the bird's head, but not bad. Not bad at all. It should show up good on this brown, I'm hoping. So, let's see. Up here in this corner. Put it on there a little crooked, so, but that's okay. Give it a second. And lift. Ooh, nice. And we got no real bleed through from the other side, so that's good. I mean, you can see through it a little bit, but it didn't like bleed onto the table. Ta-da. Yay, it just needs to dry. Stampin' Up! Does take a little longer to dry than like archival, for sure. I suppose we could have stamped that off on something, but this is fine. We'll just wipe off the ink. There we go. Let's see, this paper, yes, this is just unwaxed sandwich wrapping paper, right? And they come in big squares. They're like 12 by 12, maybe even a little bigger. And you get a bunch of them. I don't know, you get like 100 sheets or 200 sheets for not very much money. That's really cheap. So it's kind of a great little buy. It's a nice, thin, beautiful. I made sure to get the unwaxed kind though, because you can't really do much with a waxed paper, you know. You can't really stamp on it or anything. The ink just wipes right off. But yeah, I bought a giant pack of it for not that much over a year ago, and I still have a giant stack of it. So I will just send you some. How about that? I will just send you some, and you can look at it and see if you like it or not, and if it's something worth purchasing. Because I have so much of it, I'm not going to use. I don't know. It would take me years, I think, to use it all, unless I was doing like a whole journal in this. But I wouldn't use. I wouldn't use it in. I wouldn't. I use it like a page of it in a journal, or maybe one per signature, because they're just lovely thin little paper. I love a rice paper too, so sometimes I get like, I don't know where my rice paper went. I should have a whole thing of it. But I love a rice paper too. You can get like the calligraphy paper, and it's like a totally different kind of texture, but I love that too. That's also a lovely paper to have. I think this is still wet. Jeez. Okay, well, let's put that aside for a second. But I think the stamp on the card came out really good. So that came out great. Love that. Okay, what else are we going to do? Oh, I was thinking of a fabric page. A page made out of just fabric. Let's see, what do we have? Do we have any that are big enough in here? These are kind of smaller cuts. I may have to look over in my... The bees are cute, but we want to go like vintagey, right? So we have this one. This is like a paisley. Some people like paisley. Some people cannot stand it. I know my mother hated paisley. So that's an option. If Mimi is still in chat, she can tell me what she thinks about that idea. Oh, we have this one. This is lovely. This is a little... Oh, there are multiple though. Let's see. Is this one big enough for a whole page? Maybe. I kind of like this one. We'll go with this one. Hi, Arisha. How are you? Happy Labor Day weekend. We're working on the Paris Journal. Let's see. Okay, so let's measure it out. We've got, this is plenty big enough. Let's cut it here at 8.5. 8.5 is right here. Now you can't really see it on the camera, but, and then which gives us a whole lovely strip to use on something. On page edges or all kinds of things. Let's see. We want it 11 long. So we have 8.5 by 11. And instead of gluing this one to like a paper, I'm just going to use it as just as a kind of page itself. We're just going to put it in the journal like it is. I'm not even going to do anything to it. I'm just going to put it in there. I'm going to iron it because it does need ironed. Let's see. Get my little ironing board. Let's see. dampen my fabric, which is always the best way to just iron this out. Sometimes with stubborn wrinkles, right? Stubborn little creases and folds and things, you gotta take some time. You just gotta like leave it on there for a second longer than normal. But if you kind of wet your fabric, dampen it, it does pretty good. I've never had like a problem. I've never had to like leave the iron on it forever. Lovely. I think this fabric is vintage too. I'm not sure. I think this is actually, I think this fabric came from Anne, who was an older lady. She was an older lady when I was a kid. She has sadly passed. But when she did, they went through, they went out through all her things. And her granddaughter and daughter gave me all her lovely fabric, because she was she did a lot of sewing and stuff too. And so I bet some of this fabric is, geez, I bet she had got some of this fabric back when my mom was still alive even. So I bet some of this fabric is, it looks vintage, but it could just be the style too. But I'm pretty sure this fabric came from Anne. All right, so this is upright for sure, because the roses are blooming up that way. Here is our signature. Let's grab it. So the signature is almost done. I might do 1 or 2 more pages left in it, but it's about done. Let's see, we can put the fabric piece in between this one and this one. You just fold it like a regular page. Might take my nail and like crease it down. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to open it like this and line the crease up kind of with the middle like that. And then we'll put this one here and fold it in, and we'll have a whole, just a fabric piece in our journal, and that is always so lovely to have in a journal. Just a fabric page. It's kind of like a protective little cover. It's fancy. And then you just la-da like that, and it reveals the next page. The same goes for here, right? You just go like that, and it looks gorgeous. I love. Let's see. Is this dry? Or are you still drying? Oh my goodness. This ink. I think it's still drying. Let's test it, shall we? I'm afraid. Look at that. It is still wet. It's almost dry, just not yet. It's taking forever. Forever. So we'll leave that aside. We have this little envelope flip. Let's see, what did I do in my video today? I did an envelope, an accordion envelope. So I think I'll definitely put one of those in here. What have I not put in this journal yet? Jeez, I don't know. I've put most of like the pages that I always put in a journal, I've put in this journal. Let me go through this signature real quick and see. What we don't have, of course, we have pockets. We have notebooks. I have my window. Got a door. I suppose we could do one that opens like that instead, like as a page. Here I have one of these. I have a flip up, a lace pocket, a triple pocket thing. I could have a page that has more little, these remind me of little pop-up books, you know, we used to get as kids. A belly band, a couple of waterfalls, some tearaway notebooks. I could do some of the like envelope pages or envelope inserts I've done for envelopes. We could definitely do that. I've been kind of using envelopes. Ooh, we have this purple one. Ooh, look at these. Someone made these and sent these to me. These are lovely. Let's put these in a journal somewhere. They're very, remind me of like Paris or something. So, I can't remember who made these and sent these to me, but someone did. I have a bad memory with things like that. And I used to be real good, and I used to have everything kept in like its own little file folder, and I would have a name, right? Like, oh, this is Jen's stuff that she sent me, and this is stuff from Janya, and I just can't keep track. So that's the problem with that. Okay, so there's this. This is done. That, all of those pages are done. So we need to start a new. I have a red. I don't think I've used any red yet. Let's use red. It's a very bright red, but that's okay. We can dull it down. We could try that. Use like a paper. Let's try it. Let's try that idea. I like it. I'll use this here. I have a scrap. I'll use a scrap. Fold this in half so we don't get ink on the iron. Let's try it. Let's try to use the iron to get the ink to dry faster. I have my heat gun somewhere. I don't know where it is. And luckily, my iron is still hot. Let's try it. Ooh, I pressed some flowers a couple of weeks ago. I bet they're done. I bet they're done. It's been a couple weeks. I'm wondering how much color has stayed. Ooh, that paper's hot. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that. What do we think about that? Kind of wrinkled my paper. I don't know why or how. Maybe I pressed too hard. Probably because it's too hot. I have it on the 3 setting instead of the 1. But that's fine. That looks okay. It definitely did wrinkle my paper a bit, but that has to do with how hot the iron is. We could do the same with the rest of it, just to give it that wrinkly paper look. So it matches. I wonder if this will get ink. I wonder if it'll press the ink onto my ironing board. We'll see, won't we? Nope, we did good. It totally worked. It dried it. How awesome is that? So happy. You don't have to wait another forever. Okay, so we put the fabric one on this page. Let's put this one. If I put it on here, I think that should be okay. Okay, open you. Oh, it's all staticky because it was ironed. It's got that static cling. Put it here. And we'll put our signature on top of it. Yay! Ta-da! What's up, Annie? You okay? What's wrong? Hopefully everything's okay. I heard her sigh. She's playing a game. Something could have happened on her game. All right, so this one, because it's that bright red, I'm going to use the ground espresso, but I think these will look great on her. Okay, so this one is already kind of folded. These are like homemade envelopes. Look, they're like little pockets too. These are really cute. Okay, I'm going to fold this one since the other one is folded. Like that. Okay, shall I kind of offset them? I think so. And then they'll fit perfect on here. I'm going to ink it in my ground espresso. Let me press these. Lovely, lovely little envelopes that were sent to me. I have a bee honeycomb kind of stencil. I don't know about it though on the red. Okay, we'll use this stencil. And first I will, let's see, do I have, this one is black. I have a little dauber. We have this little dauber, and my other dauber, little one, fell on the floor behind my desk. I need to grab it. But this one will work fine. This is ground espresso, right? Yes. Ground espresso oxide. We'll just ink up that dauber and go around the edge. These cute little daubers that Mimi sent me that I absolutely adore. They're the cutest things. Just the cutest things. Okay, and that will really take down that red. It already has. It's very vintaged up. We want a vintage red, not a bright Christmas red. Yes, lovely. I'm going to use a brush. Let's see, what color does this brush have on it, if any? We'll use this. It's got like a dark, it could be ground espresso, maybe some vintage photo on it. I think that'll work just fine. I'm just gonna plop that right on there like that. Put a lot of ink on our brush. Kind of go in lightly. Okay, do not do that. That's the problem with this. I made this stencil out of a Cricut and like an acetate sheet, or like a thinner acetate sheet, and it's this part that I had used the acrylic paint on is a lot more sturdy, but it's very flimsy. It's a very flimsy stencil, my most flimsiest of stencils, because I made it myself, and which is fun, right? Because I mean, it's my stencil, I made it, but it shifts and bends, and the next time I make a stencil, which is why I haven't really made any more, but the next time I make a stencil, I'm gonna get thicker, like stencil acetate for it. How is that looking? That's not bad. Let's add some up here. Let's add a little more right here, kind of in places that we missed. A lot of it's going to be covered in the envelopes, but I think that came out good. Oh, just your game. Yeah. Okay, good. Good, good. I figured so. I figured she's been playing this really cool dinosaur game where you play as the dinosaur. And so, but you have to hide from bigger dinosaurs because otherwise they'll get you. So that's fun. It's a fun. We'll ink the edges of this. And I love the way that this whole thing is a pocket and this whole part is a pocket. That is so cool. It is so cool. I'm just going to glue the whole things down, I think. Just like that. I think that will look lovely. Yeah, I didn't make these envelopes. Someone else made them, but I think it's a great idea. I may try to deconstruct them. Right, try to make them myself. Figure out how she did it. I don't know. I'll play with it and figure it out. I'm going to glue the whole thing of each one down. Like that, and then we'll glue this one down. Let's see, Annie, what time is it? I feel like it's starting to get dark already. Time flies when I stream. That's one thing I'm having a lot of fun with streaming, is that time just seems to fly for me. And, which is great, because otherwise I find myself, it's 7? Wow, okay. Yeah, otherwise I just find myself sitting around counting the hours till my husband gets home. Which is pretty pathetic, but you know, whatever. I have a lot of these that I bought. Look at that. I bought so much. I bought all this Stampin' Up! Paper. Isn't it ridiculous? But I bought a bunch of it because, you know, it's kind of... It's like limited, right? That's one of the ways they get you. Is they only have it for so long and then they discontinue it and you have to get different stuff, you know. So I bought like a bunch of it because I really liked this particular kind. I love art, you know, and so they're just gorgeous. So I think I'm gonna pick a couple of these and just fold them up and put them in the envelopes. I like this one. Oh, yes, that's very lovely. We'll put one of those in there. Got the daisies. Let's see, what else do we have? These are all backwards. Ooh, that one is lovely. That one's a big maybe because we have these like that's roses, you know, on our page. The Black-Eyed Susans. That looks like goldenrod mixed with something. That's kind of what my like area looks like right now without the blue. We don't have the blue, but we've got all the goldenrod is in bloom right now. Let's see. What is this one? Okay, more of these. Some more goldenrod. Some yellow. All right, so we have all of those. These ones are nice, aren't they? I love this one's more like watercolory. Very kind of wintry, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. The purple. I'm looking for like kind of red rosy roses, kind of. This one's very autumn. Love those. The purple. That's like wheat grass. Those are like Queen Anne's lace. Autumn one. Thistle. I bet that's what these are. Thistle. Let's see. Love that grass. Thistle. I'm just mixing them all up. I'm like, who cares? These are all very autumn based. I like this one. It kind of reminds me, these ones, particularly that one, they're kind of impressionistic, huh? Like the old Paris artists. Is kind of what I was thinking when I was like, oh, I'll pick one of these to put in there. I'll pick a couple. Right? I'm just re-looking in case I find one better than that. Black-Eyed Susan, maybe. No, those are more like sunflower. These are very autumn. These are like pastel. Like that one too. We could go with these two landscapes instead of the flowers. I think we'll go with the two landscapes. And then we'll call it after this page. I've been on for a few hours. I'll go snack on something before dinner. Yay, I don't have to make dinner tonight. It's always nice when someone else makes dinner. I very much appreciate it. And I don't have to eat my own cooking. Not that I don't love my cooking. I'm a good cook. But, oh, it's even got that red background. That's perfect. That like matches. And that's great too. So awesome. Yes, I think this will be great. We will fold it. I will just fold them in fours. We will have a lovely Just these like lovely, pretty papers in here, and we won't even do anything with them. She can do what she wants with them because they're very pretty. I mean, they'll be folded, so, right? But it's kind of like a surprise. It's like you open it and you're like, wow. Fun things to just put in pockets. And it fits in there perfect. And I might even put like a little stamped, I might like stamp a card to put in the front of each one of these little tucks, just to showcase the fact that it is also a tuck. So it's an envelope and a tuck, which I think is extremely neat, and I'm going to figure out how they made it and try to deconstruct it because it's very cool. Lovely. Ta-da! And then, yeah, the only thing left to do is, like I said, I'll stamp a card for each one to go in the front, and it'll just go in there like this, you know. I'll take a little card, one that will fit in there, and stamp it and stick it in the front part of the envelope. It'll peek out, which will be really cool, right? So it will, like, theoretically will peek out like this, so that when you close it, you still see the stamped part, which I think is so awesome. Yes, I agree. It does. It's just refreshing and lovely, right? To eat someone else's cooking, you know? So yay, there it is. I might even, I don't know, put like a little tiny bit of washi tape on each one to keep them closed. But they should theoretically stay closed when put in the signature. So, and then this I think will be the last page. Actually, it might even be the last page of the whole journal, and then I can send it to her. Ooh, fancy. So before we make the cover and stuff. So we've made great progress today. Great, great, great progress. Probably the next time tomorrow, if I get on, we'll work on the Edith Holden journal. I have been getting on every day for a couple hours, and it's made a big difference in just having the day go by and everything. It's also great to talk to people and see everyone and get to say hi live. So anyway, I hope you all have a very good day, a very good Labor Day weekend. Even those of you, obviously, who are not in the U.S. who don't celebrate Labor Day, I don't care. Have a good weekend anyway. It doesn't matter. Have a good weekend. And I love you all, and I appreciate you all for coming and hanging out with me. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to sign off here. I will talk to you all later. Bye. Yes, yes, I'm getting off, baby.